How's it going, boys? Johnny Superb Man here, bringing you another episode of What Do You Think About? And I got a great question in my last questions with Superb Man. It was so good, I wanted to make a whole video and actually get your opinions on the question as well. The question was, Johnny, if you could choose 6 players, okay, if I could make my own fantasy line for hockey, my first line and my goalie, I could use any players right now. It's not any players of all time. It's players playing right now, how they're playing right now, okay? No contract restrictions, no salary cap restrictions. If I could just take 5 players to put on my first line and a goalie, who would I have? Who would I want to take my team to the Stanley Cup? Great question. So I'm going to answer this, and then you guys can comment below on what would be your perfect first line and goaltender, okay? So first we'll start with the goalie. Now, there's a bunch of great goalies out there right now, like Mika Kiprusoff, Henrik Lundqvist, but if I'm going to choose one, it's got to be Pekka Rinne. That's right, boys. I mean, this guy, he's 29, he's getting up there. He's a veteran, in my opinion. All right, he's 6'5", just a huge goalie, and I really like that. And look at these career numbers. Ever since Nashville started playing this guy, they've become a good team. Look at this: 134 wins, 69 losses, and 26 overtime losses. That's crazy career numbers. He also has 24 shutouts during that time, a career save percentage of .921, a career goals against of 2.35. I have definitely got to take Pekka Rinne as my goaltender. All right. Defenseman now. First, obviously, got to take Zdeno Chara. I mean, this guy is just huge. I get to watch him a lot because the Toronto Maple Leafs are in the same division as the Boston Bruins. And, you know, every time Phil Kessel is out there, Chara comes over the bench. And, my God, it just shuts him down, man. Like, Chara, even if you get by Chara, his reach is huge. You got to get another 10 feet past him to be clear, okay? and he's good. He's a good puck mover. He's not a big, awkward looking defenseman. No, he's like 6'9" and he moves like he's 5'11". I'm not saying he's fast, but he's not awkward. He's fluent. He's a good puck mover. He's a good passer, and he's got a hell of a shot. Look at these career numbers. Plus player of 140, 997 games played, 134 goals, 315 assists, 449 points, 72 power play goals. I mean, this guy back there on the point would help our power play. He'd help our penalty kill. Just an all-around great defenseman. Veteran leadership, all right? So I'd have to go with Zdeno Chara. My second defender has to be Shea Weber. That's right, another Nashville Predator. All right, I like the defenseman to be big. Both of them are going to be able to hit. I was thinking, Erik Karlsson, maybe it would be a nice combination with Zdeno Chara. A big defensive defenseman with a nice young puck-moving defenseman. But the thing about Chara and Weber, they're both good offensively as well. They both can move the puck. They both can hit. They're both big. And that's why I got to go with Shea Weber. Look at these career stats. A plus-minus of 39 on his career, 469 games played, 94 goals, 162 assists, 256 points for 44 power play goals. So I mean, could you imagine the power play with Chara and Weber? I would not want to block either one of those shots. One's right, Weber's right-handed, Chara's left-handed. All right, a lot of different things you can throw out there. So I got to go with Weber and Chara. Could you imagine that? So you got to get by Weber and Chara, and then if you do, you got to score on Pekka Rinne. That's a shutdown combination with a shutdown goalie. So I'm going to go with that. Now it's time to move to forwards. We'll start with the right wing. And here's where we can sacrifice some strength, some size. I want a good little offensively minded player. I'm going to pick up Claude Giroux. That's right, boys. I know in NHL 12 he's listed as a center, but if you go to NHL.com, he's a right wing. So I'm going to pick up Claude Giroux. Look at these numbers. 275 games played on his career, 76 goals, 156 assists, 232 points. Plus player of 24, and he also has 24 power play goals. This guy's great. He's got those young legs. The young guys bring the energy, all right? You got to have a youngin in there. This guy is great offensively. He'd be getting assists, especially on the power play with Weber and Chara back there. Just a great all-around player. So I'm going to pick up Claude Giroux as my right wing. And the reason I'm picking up my left, well, I'm going to move on to left wing, and I'm going to choose Scott Hartnell. I know. I love the combination of Giroux and Hartnell this year. These guys are just tearing it up. Scott Hartnell, boys, he has 35 goals this year. He might even have 36. They played Pittsburgh today. I think he got the game tire and the overtime winner, okay? But look at these career numbers. 832 games played, another veteran. Veteran leadership, boys. It's all about veteran leadership. 218 goals, 251 assists for 469 points. He's a plus player with plus 60 power play goals, 73. This is the guy who'd be standing on front of the net. This is the guy who would look out for Claude Giroux up there. The good forechecker, the grinder. He gets in there. He pisses players off. You know, he's the fighter. I mean, I know we got Weber and Chara back there as well, so we're not lacking in size, but still, you need some size up front. And Scotty Hartnell, to me, especially this year, the way he's playing, is the perfect combination of size, strength, skill, offense, defense, everything, okay? And you know what? If you're going to take Claude Giroux, you know what? Take the guy who's helping him out. Scott Hartnell and Claude Giroux are just doing great this year. So I'd have to pick as my two wingers, Scott Hartnell and Claude Giroux. And now the centerpiece, the most important forward position. This one was tough. This one was very tough because automatically I want to say Sidney Crosby, right? But if you got Claude Giroux and Scott Hartnell and Chara and Weber, do you really need Sidney Crosby? Well, I mean, it's not like it would hurt. But I'm going to go with Pavel Datsyuk. That's right, boys. Now, the reason I'm going with Datsyuk is his face-off percentage is better than Crosby's, all right? We already have enough skill on this line, so I want to get the puck to our team as much as we can. Pavel Datsyuk has a great face-off percentage. He always has. He wins the Selke Trophy how many times? All right, he's a great defensive player. All right, let Claude Giroux and Scotty Hartnell handle the offense. Pavel Datsyuk will do what he's got to do. But hey, he can chip in offensively as well. I mean, look at these career numbers. 722 games played, 238 goals, 473 assists, 711 points. He's a plus player of 205. Power play goals, 67. Now, I know I'm not saying that he can't score goals. He can. But my whole point is, let Claude Giroux and Scott Hartnell be the two wingers, worrying about forechecking, worrying about, you know, cherry picking, if you want to say. It's not really cherry picking in hockey because there's an offside, but you know what I mean? Let Datsyuk do what he does in the center of the ice. Come back, win faceoffs, hard back check, move the puck up ice, and he will get his chances alongside Claude Giroux and Scotty Hartnell. All right, boys? So there's my fantasy first line. You got Pekka Rinne, Zdeno Chara, Shea Weber, Claude Giroux, Scott Hartnell, Pavel Datsyuk. Remember, you got to think of chemistry. It'd be easy for me to say, oh yeah, I got to pick Crosby, Ovechkin, Kovalchuk, Lidstrom, Carlson, and Kiprusoff, you know what I mean? But would Ovechkin and Crosby work well together? I'm really taking that into consideration as well. I really think Giroux, Hartnell, Datsyuk would really, all their player types would benefit each other. Weber and Chara back there would just be unstoppable, and Pekka Rinne, oh my goodness. So let me know, boys, what do you think of my lines, and what would your fantasy line be? But don't just say it. Why would they be? Okay, I want an explanation on why you're picking those players, all right? So let me know, boys. And that was a great question. Whoever asked me, I didn't write down the name, but great question. You know who you were. Great freaking question, all right? For Johnny Superb, man, and the great Domsky, take it easy, boys, and we'll see you next time.